If you're into classic cars, you may like the 2015 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 Convertible, a new model that our own Dan Neal believes will inevitably be a classic in the future. And he's driven the car. He's here to discuss his impressions. Hey, Dan.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Thanks a lot. You know, convertibles often end up being collectibles, but there's much more that qualifies this vehicle as a possible classic, including the 7-speed manual transmission. Tell me about the other features that really heighten this car's collectability.
Well, the broad image is that I'm thinking about 50 years from now. So you have to have a long-term lease on a garage, and you have and at least live to be, another 50 years, or freeze your head like Ted Williams. And so then from that perspective, this is like the late romantic period of American automobiles. It's got the full swagger. It's got the big engine. It's a convertible. They're not going to make them like this very long from now. In fact, Corvette itself is going to be a mid-engine car eventually, if the reports coming out of Detroit are accurate. And so this is, the Corvette of the big long hood front engine. And collectors are going to have to start looking at these cars and wondering when they're going to pull one off the line and stick it in a time capsule.
Hey, tell me, you mentioned the mid-engine. That's really fascinating. Why is this one of the last front-engine Corvettes?
Well, for decades, in fact, going all the way back to the original Corvette designers, Mitchell and Zora Duntov and people like that, they wanted to build a mid-engine car because mid-engine sports cars have inherent advantages in terms of their agility, their ability to turn in quickly, and other things. But the Corvette's always had the big front engine. It's always had that lurid hood and that shape, which is, itself very suggestive. But, there's a problem with that design in that it's hard to transfer a lot of weight to the rear wheels where the acceleration takes place because the engine is out front and it limits the amount of leverage you can put on the front wheels. So the only solution going forward, the only way Corvette can really remain relevant in the world of hypercars, which is where it plays, we're talking about Lamborghini, Ferrari, people like that, McLaren. The only way it can keep up is to go to a mid-engine layout. Now, it's going to leave a lot of traditionalists sort of out in the cold. And so, again, that's why I was thinking, in this late period of Corvette front-engine history, now would be the time to grab one of these. Plus, the one I drove is like the Royale with cheese. It's the convertible with the giant engine, the massive wheels, and the 7-speed. This is the one to keep if you're going to keep any.
Okay, and I saw there it said $94,000. Is that the starting price for these?
No, starting is $83,000, but when you get it decked out, pretty nice, this is the way you want it, and you definitely do want it. Although you have to be responsible in urban areas. It's a very loud car, and it's a convertible, so sometimes, the parents of wakened babies might throw diapers at you or something like that if you have the top down.
Okay, well, 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds. Sounds like it was really fun for you. Thanks a lot, Dan, always.
All right, thanks, Lee. See you.